Welcome to the quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Brock Armstrong and I'm the Get Fit guy. And just because you're busy with a new school year, well, that doesn't mean you have to let your fitness go out the window. There are many ways to build exercise into your busy day, even without hitting the gym. Now, as many of you already know, I am crazy about encouraging everyone to make movement a big part of their daily lives. It's not that I think that going to the gym or training for a marathon is bad by any means, but living a generally active lifestyle will serve you much better throughout your life than will training really hard for a 10K and then sitting on the couch for the remainder of the day, the week, or the year. Exercise science has shown us again and again the positive power of regular physical activity in a person's life. Whether that leads to feeling better, having more energy, looking better, maintaining a healthy weight, managing stress, or having better focus, which are all things I'm pretty certain every student wants in their life, well, movement and exercise are amazing for every aspect of being a student. We'll talk about how exercise directly affects the brain in a future episode, but for now, let's concentrate on how you can build your daily routine. The problem is, of course, time. Most students take on way too many activities every single day, and this can include classes, homework, research, studying, working, shopping, and perhaps even, well, a little partying. So when the heck do you have time to exercise? Is that what you think? Is that the narrative that plays in your head every time you look in the mirror? Well, if it is, I'm here to challenge you to break that belief down. I think you're not trying hard enough. I think you are not thinking outside of the CrossFit box. We all have time to exercise. We all have time to get up and move our bodies every day. The trick is to make it a priority and to build it into your day. If you simply can't imagine that, well, I think you need to look at the amount of time that you spend on Snapchat or watching Netflix or eating avocado toast or whatever else you millennials do. You owe it to your body and your mind, not to mention your friends and your family, to make exercise one of your top priorities. You both need to do it and deserve to do it. We've been led to believe that in order to be physically active, get the ripped body that we want, or to whip our cardiovascular self into shape, that we need to dedicate 45 to 90 minutes to go to the gym. But, you know what? Some of the busiest people and fittest people that I know rarely step foot in a gym or exercise for longer than an hour a couple of times a week. Another common belief that we have is thinking that low-level activities like walking don't count, that a 10-minute workout isn't long enough to make a difference, and that we have to change into expensive workout gear for it to count as exercise. Well, that is rubbish. To help you get started and to help you dial in your already existing routine a little further, here are some ways to make time for exercise, even when you think that you don't have time for exercise. Let's start off the day on an active note. So, after your alarm clock goes off, tuck your knees to your chest and wrap your arms around your knees. Now, just rock slightly from side to side. This will wake up your spine and it'll stretch your legs a little bit. And after doing this stretch for about 30 seconds, straighten your legs and move them from side to side, keeping your back on the mattress or your futon. This will totally loosen your back and also engage your core. You can finish the routine off with a quick 10 or 15 crunches in bed, and boom, you're not even out of bed and you've already primed yourself for a better movement day. Okay, another one for your morning routine, the time that you spend in your house, your apartment, or your dorm before you leave for class. Every time you touch a doorknob, do 10 body weight squats. If you're like me, you touch maybe 6 or 8 doorknobs on average during your morning, so before you've even eaten your breakfast, you may have already done 60 squats. And I'll tell you what, that is more effective for waking you up than any cup of coffee. Now, during your drive to school, or while you're sitting on the bus or subway, do 5 sets of 15 ab flexes. This is where you squeeze your abdominal muscles as though you're trying to touch your ribs to your stomach. Hold that for a couple seconds and then release. And you can do this one literally until you're red in the face. All right. You know, one barrier to exercising during a busy school day is, well, squeezing in time for a full 45 to 60 minute workout with a warm-up, a cool down, and, well, hopefully a shower as well. But quick 10-minute workouts are surprisingly effective and can be injected throughout the day. You can do them in the morning when you wake up, after lunch, between classes, and after dinner. For some awesome 10-minute workouts, check out the Get Fit Guy episode about the most effective 10-minute workouts you can do practically anywhere. And if you go to the show notes at quickanddirtytips.com and look for episode 352, I'll put links to everything over there. Okay, this is a fun one to do with some friends or some classmates who are also looking to stay fit. Pick a fit word of the day. You know, like book, perhaps. Now, whenever anyone in the group says the word book, you all drop and do 10 push-ups. The next time the word is used, you all drop and do 9 push-ups, then 8, and so on. If you actually manage to get all the way down to 0, well, you can just pick a brand new word and start from scratch. Another easy way to stay mobile and active that we often forget about or overlook is just simply standing and simply walking. Walk or stand whenever you can. Never sit in the bleachers during a football game. If it's not going to get you in trouble, stand at the back of the room during a lecture. Stand on the bus. Walk while you discuss your homework with a classmate. If you have a meeting with a professor, suggest that you walk around the campus while you chat. Get creative. According to the Mayo Clinic, regular brisk walking can help you maintain healthy body weight, prevent and manage various conditions including heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. It can strengthen your bones and muscles. It can improve your mood. It can improve balance and coordination. And the faster, farther, and more frequently that you walk, the greater the benefits. When you're deciding what workout you should do with the 15 minutes you have between classes, well, here are 4 tips to keep in mind that will help you maximize your workout. Tip number 1, choose exercises that move as many body parts as possible. Choose things like walking lunges, burpees, push-up variations, jumping jacks, and other exercises that use multiple joints. If you want to transform quickly, you should focus on full body exercises that incorporate multi-joint movements. Tip number 2, choose exercises that move body parts quickly. The act of moving explosively will ensure you burn more calories during the workout and for the hours following the workout. Include moves such as medicine ball slams or throws. And yes, you can use your largest textbook instead of a medicine ball if you like. Do lunge jumps, sprints, or if you ride your bike to school, which I highly recommend, fast explosive cycling intervals away from each stop sign will also help. Now, tip number 3, choose exercises that you don't usually do. If you choose exercises your body is unfamiliar with, you'll burn more calories in less time because, well, your body won't be as efficient at those exercises. So, if you usually do push-ups, try doing a pull-up. Or if you usually choose squats, try lunges instead. Don't be afraid to mix it up. It will make your body stronger, more mobile, and it will sharpen your mental skills too. And tip number 4, make it fun for you and your friends. Play frisbee, soccer, or throw a football around. Ride your bikes around the campus. Shoot hoops or hit a tennis ball around. When we have fun while we exercise, we get a similar endorphin boost that people get from those long endurance exercises, except that the boost is nearly instant, constant, and is often more intense. When we turn workouts into playtime, it stimulates both our brains and our emotions. Okay, I think you're probably getting the idea now that you really don't have an excuse to not exercise. Being a busy student is not a reason to let your fitness slide, and let me tell you, if you avoid letting it all go now while you're young, You will have a much easier time when you get to my age, which is midlife crisis territory, of fighting off that dad body, which I hear is all the rage these days. Okay, to finish off, here are some rapid fire suggestions to draw on when you feel stumped about what you should do next. Find several exercise programs you can do at home on YouTube or in a podcast, and do one of them a couple times a week. You can take regular walks while you're thinking, you're planning, or you're pontificating. Instead of walking up a flight of stairs, increase your speed and the number of stairs you take, or take 2 steps at once and you'll target your booty more. Dance. Dance around the house. Dance with some music. Go to a nightclub or see a live band. Just because you might be in a place that serves alcohol, well, it doesn't mean that it isn't good for you. Get up 20 to 30 minutes earlier several days a week and exercise before you start your day. Walk, run, stretch, or do yoga. Anything that gets you moving and starts your momentum for the day. You could also join your school's fitness center or join a sport team. This is often rolled into your tuition, so why not take advantage of it? And you should really choose an activity that you enjoy. I mean, if you hate running, don't try to force yourself to do it. If you choose something that you really enjoy, you will find it easier to make time for it. Now, even if you live in a tiny dorm room, you'll have space for some resistance bands or a yoga mat. Find ways to use furniture to work out. I mean, even a door frame can be used as exercise equipment with a little imagination. You can also use some tips from the Get Fit Guy episode about working out in a hotel room. And again, I'll put a link to that in the show notes over at quickanddirtytips.com in episode 352. Another great thing to do is to find ways to get around other than driving or asking a friend or a parent for a ride. Check out the post about adopting a carless lifestyle for some inspiration. Now, if you really have difficulty fitting exercise into your schedule, well, consider buying a used treadmill or some other exercise gear. You can usually find some used ones for sale online from, well, some well-meaning boomers who are now using them as clothes racks. Another great idea is to make it a competition with your friends. Use your fitness trackers and compare your numbers throughout the day. And nothing is more motivating than crushing your friends, am I right? Now, when you're at home, don't aimlessly surf TV channels or the internet because, well, we all know that's a surefire way to waste time that you could spend in more active ways. You don't have to skip TV altogether, but before you sit down, set a time limit and stick to it. And when you do watch TV, make the most of it. Do some crunches, planks, sun salutations, squats, lunges, or push-ups while you're watching TV. Commercial breaks are great cues to get up and move. And finally, always choose something over nothing. Don't let this thought win. Well, I don't have time for the workout I had planned, so I guess I won't work out today. Stay flexible and always choose to use whatever time you do have as effectively as possible. Fitting exercise into your busy student schedule does take effort. It takes planning and it takes forethought, but it is well worth the effort. Make a plan, put it on your to-do list. Put stickies on your fridge, whatever it takes. I dare you, try it for a month, and I know that you will find it pays off. And in ways you may not have expected, but more on that next week. For more quick workouts, quick tips, and to join in the conversation, head over to facebook.com/getfitguy or twitter.com/getfitguy, or head over to quickanddirtytips.com and look for episode 352, where you'll find all the links to things that I talked about today. All right, my name is Brock Armstrong, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. Asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.